How's it going, everybody? So I wanted to take this moment to kick back and have a good Fanta limeade from Sonic. That's right, you can get these. And they are in no way a sponsor. I just freaking love them. It's hot as shit out here. It's, according to the thing in my car, it says the thermometer says 108 degrees outside right now, so that's why I'm doing this in the car and not walking around and talking, because I think I would die. It's super hot right now down here in old Phoenix AZ. But excuse me, there's something I want to talk to you guys about today that's been on my mind for the last like 48 hours, and it's really frustrating. So basically, I don't know if you saw it in the news or not, but there are these people that are trying to make accusations against Joey Coco Diaz and Joe Rogan. There was a podcast, if you don't know, about 9 years ago that they did, where Joey Diaz was talking about working at a comedy club, and he would, ask girls if they wanted to go on stage to suck his dick and give him a blowjob. Anyway, so there's all this outrage about it, and all these people are freaking out and trying to cancel him and trying to, have victims come forward and all this stuff. And they're pissed off at Joey Diaz and they're pissed off at Joe Rogan. And it's just a crock of shit, in my opinion. Pardon my French, guys, but this is how I feel. This happened 9 years ago on a podcast where the guys were most likely drunk or high, just talking shit as comedians do. And people are trying to dig this shit up. I mean, it's ancient history, dude. It's almost from a decade ago, a fleeting comment in a podcast, okay? So I don't know if these accusers, or they're not even accusers, man. They're people trying to sift through history and find accusers, okay? So these people that are trying to get their 15 seconds of fame, that are trying to dethrone these comedic geniuses, God, all right. Let me chill. These people are trying to stir up something out of nothing. That's what I think, and it's really fucking frustrating. And what these people don't understand is that stand-up comedians talk shit, okay? Comedians talk shit. They joke around. You have to take what they say with a giant grain of salt, because they're not always serious, okay? They're not out there, these holy figures. I mean, they're flawed humans that have these amazing minds that work in very unique ways, and they are notorious for talking shit, okay? So people can't take every single thing that they say in a podcast over the last decade as, the word of God. It's like comedians talk shit. And what I find so frustrating about this is that this is the trendy thing to do now. This is the cool thing to do. Let me adjust the camera a little bit, sorry. So the trendy thing to do now is to go after hugely successful guys, and it's almost always guys that they go after, and you go after these guys who are having their moment. I mean, Joe Rogan just signed over $100 million contract with Spotify. Very convenient time to demonize the guy and go after him, right? Seems a little odd. Joey Diaz, I didn't know who Joey Diaz was 3 years ago, but he's been around for ages. I mean, he's been doing comedy for like what, last 3 decades? But now he's having his moment. He has a hugely successful podcast. He's making the rounds as a comedian. I mean, he's a comedic force of nature now. We love Joey Diaz. And it's just convenient that now, when these guys are on top of the world and at the absolute top of their game, that someone would come in and try to dethrone them and try to throw these accusations at them. And they don't have anything, man. They don't have anything. It's like they're taking comments, joking comments from almost a decade ago, and trying to turn that into a felony. Fuck those people. Fuck them, dude. These people that have nothing better to do than to go around and try to be these makeshift social justice warriors just need to fuck off and die. They need to just get the hell out of here, or just shut up. Or just shut up, It's like you don't always need to be on some fucking crusade, I don't know why people feel the need. I don't know if it's just because the world is so good now, they need something to bitch about. I mean, obviously this year has its big issues, clearly. But in general, as a society, things are pretty good. We have food, we have water, all that good stuff. And it seems like these people need something to latch on to. They need something to fight against. They need to create oppression. They need to create some sort of big evil villain that they need to go after and attack. And I'm just fucking sick of it, man. Especially, I mean, I can turn my head now and then because it's so fucking prevalent. But when it comes to Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz, I gotta say something, man, because I absolutely love those guys. And anytime you go after a great comedian like that, or a successful male podcaster or actor, or you name it, businessman, we need to give them the benefit of a doubt. We can't continue to live in this shitty, fucked up society where you're guilty until proven innocent. I always thought it was the other way around. And I know that's very cliche to say, and I know people comment on this all the time online, but nobody really listens. Nobody really thinks. And nobody speaks out against it. There's never any rebuttal. It's always just, oh, you know, this person points a finger and we need to demonize this person and fucking cut off all ties with them and blacklist them in their area of business. And I think that's wrong. I think that's really, really bad. Think for yourself is what it comes down to. Think for yourself. Make your own judgments. Make your own assumptions. Do research. Do research for yourself. Come to your own conclusions. We shouldn't always listen to these fuckheads, because everyone has a voice now, which can be good, which can be very good. You know, look at me, I'm talking shit. But it's a good thing that everyone has an outlet, but it's also a very bad thing, because there are so many people who go out there and they just spew their fucking stupidity and they throw out these casual accusations that are very condemning. And I think that's a problem. I think the problem with that is, with everyone having a voice, that means people who are absolutely insane and shouldn't be speaking also have an outlet. So it's a balance. It's a balance, definitely. But take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Make your own judgments. Think for yourself. That's the most important thing. That's the most important takeaway. And when it comes to Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz, man, I mean, these guys are doing a great thing. I mean, comedians in general, but specifically those guys, they're making free content. Absolutely free. I mean, you can go on there and go on YouTube and you can watch thousands of hours of entertainment. I mean, they've been doing the podcast. Joe Rogan's been doing his podcast since, what, 2009? Something like that? 2010? Like right around there? So it's like a decade. You can watch over a decade of free content, okay? And guess what? With comedians like that, every once in a while, they're going to say stuff that some people don't agree with, okay? And if it's something that you deem to be offensive, then don't watch them. Don't listen to them. If you don't like it, you don't have to go on a fucking crusade to take these guys down. You can change the channel. You know what I mean? You can go to a different YouTube channel. You can put on some other sort of stimulating media that suits your fucking evangelical whatever criteria. Like, whatever you fucking need, like, it's out there for you, okay? It's just frustrating, man. It's just frustrating because it seems like every other day, seems like every single day, I go online and there's an accusation against someone, okay? And then there's a lot of dudes that don't deserve this flack, and I think they're being unfairly judged and they're losing work for the wrong reasons. And it's tarnishing their reputations, man. And people need to be a little more open-minded and do their research. And if there really is someone doing bad, gnarly shit, okay. That needs to be addressed, for sure. And in that case, it's okay to blow the whistle and to bring attention to it. But when you're taking down guys for the sake of taking them down, or trying to take them down because either you think you can get money out of it or you think you can get your 15 minutes of fame out of it, that's wrong. Okay? So, do your research, guys. Don't listen to these fuckheads, these fucking trolls that have way too much power now. That's the problem. Trolls, originally, when they started, they would just talk shit, you know? And that was that. It's like, okay, you've got that voice on the internet, they're talking shit, cool. But now it's like an amalgamation of like trolls on the internet with these social justice warriors on Twitter and the media, and it's like all in some weird, gross orgy of fucking hate. And it's just terrible, and it's almost unstoppable now. It's like if you get marked, if you get that red target on your head from those fuckheads, it's like your career's over, you know? And I just want to be the spokesperson for all the podcasters and all the comedians and everyone out there and say, fuck those guys. Fuck the trolls. Fuck the haters. I know it's so cliche to say, fuck the haters, but like, it's true, man. These people are the epitome of haters, and they just need to shut the fuck up. So I'm going to end my rant now. We're at about the 10-minute mark, but thanks for listening, guys. As I said, think for yourselves. Don't be one of those nasty trolls online, and let's continue to speak our mind and be as real as we can be. Take it easy.